Hey everybody, it's Jake Goldberg here for the first exciting episode of Indie News. Today is September 24th and we got some great stories for you today. First up is the release of Lone Survivor: The Director's Cut. Lone Survival was a pixel-based horror survival game that came out last year on PC and Mac. It's made by Jasper Byron and it was one of my favorite indie games of last year. And I'm very excited for the new port to the PS Vita and the PlayStation 3. Of course it is cross-buy for $9.99. And you can transfer your saves from one system to another. So you can start your story mode on the PlayStation 3 and continue it on the PlayStation Vita while you're on the go. The Director's Cut has 20 new items, a brand new ending, an improved lighting engine, and of course the PS Vita version has a touchscreen interface to make the game much easier to navigate through the menus. This is a game I'm very excited for and you should all pick it up for $9.99 today. And now we have some Terry Cavanagh news, one of my personal favorite developers in the indie world. Terry Cavanagh's Super Hexagon was referenced in the most recent Adventure Time episode, The Vault, as a stress regression machine played on BMO. It was a legitimate reference to the game. In fact, the art was exactly the same. On top of this really cool reference, the episode itself was really good and got really deep into the mythology of Adventure Time. I definitely recommend you check out this episode beyond the Super Hexagon reference. It's fantastic. Terry Cavanagh also recently released his newest game, Nyas Quest. It's free to play on his website. There will be a link in the description below to try it out for yourself. It is as if they remade Qbert to have a story. It's really good. It's a puzzle platformer that involves looking into different dimensions and different directions, and it's really cool. And as a big fan of the arcade classic Qbert, it adds a really cool twist to the game that I think a lot of people are gonna like. Celador Games has announced that the Mac and Linux version of Rogue Legacy will be releasing soon. They actually had to outsource the development of the Mac and Linux ports out of the country because they were too busy setting up the Sony versions. The Sony versions, of course, being released on the PlayStation Vita, PlayStation 4, and the PlayStation 3. Now, they also said that they are working on a brand new patch for the PC version that will add new enemies and new challenges to the game. Something that some of us who've completed New Game++, myself not being one of them, are definitely excited for. And now let's talk about some Kickstarters. Indie Static is still doing his Kickstarter to keep his website alive. It's at $22,000 on its way to its $35,000 goal. So make sure you check that Kickstarter out. I believe they have a $25 reward that if you give, you get 15 original indie games you can't get anywhere else. So I highly recommend it, of course. And for $40 you get a sweet t-shirt. I know that's the one I went with. Wish it was Hawaiian. Chiptune composer and all-around nice guy Jimmy Big Giant Circles Henson released his Kickstarter today to make his new album Imposter Nostalgia 2, the sequel to his incredibly successful and very good Imposter Nostalgia 1. Now, the Kickstarter was released today with a $10,000 goal, and within 20 minutes, the goal was doubled. This Kickstarter still has 30 days left. There's a lot of cool stretch goals and a lot of guest composers working on the soundtrack, so I highly recommend you check it out. And finally, ending our indie news for today, Hot Tin Roof, the cat who wore a fedora, is nearing its $20,000 Kickstarter goal, but there's only 4 days left for them to raise $2,000. Now, this noir-styled, paper craft-looking Metroidvania game really deserves to see the light of day, so if you haven't checked it out or haven't backed it yet, you should definitely go to the Kickstarter page and link in the description below. The game looks awesome, and they really do deserve to be able to make this game. Well, that's all for this first edition of Indie News. If you guys have any suggestions, comments, or nice things to say about my sweet hat, please put them down in the description below. Now, the reason I'm wearing this hat isn't really related to indie news, but Scribblenauts Unmasked came out today, and as a big fan of the Scribblenauts series, I'm excited for it. Plus, it's got superheroes, so what more could you ask for? So, I'm showing my excitement by wearing my Maxwell hat. So, obviously check that game out as well. It's not indie. In fact, it's the farthest thing from indie. It's Warner Brothers. Pretty big company, they have some money. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. I'm going to try to do 2 of these a week. If there's any interesting news stories I missed, feel free to comment them down below. Subscribe to IndieCityTV and be on the lookout for our upcoming Kickstarter to start our web series, where we'll be doing lots of cool stuff. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm Jake Goldberg, also Red Panda Gamer. If you aren't subscribed to my Let's Play channel, you should definitely check it out. It's in the link in the description below. Follow me at Red Panda Gamer. And that's all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.